It's Tpull versus Mobius tonight here at Tpull's Corner. Welcome, everybody. I've got another deck here that has earned an achievement. And the name of the achievement is called Keyword Soup, so that's what I called the name of the deck, just to keep things easy. And I think we bring down the Swift Boots now. We're doing a kind of Voltron build. We have to get the Keyword Soup correctly. So Hexproof and Haste. We don't need Hexproof, but Hexproof might be handy in order to keep our Voltron creature alive. We do need the Haste. And let's see, we got a station here. When they get to 12, they add green for each creature they control. Okay. We keep our ammo dry because they're going to attack with Mossborn Hydra. See, they can't resist, can they? Okay, we will exile it before it gets the third counter on it, so Ordeal of Nyla just goes away. And I guess we could put this out now, right? We'll just exile the graveyard, get rid of that as well. We get rid of Not on My Watch, but we didn't have anything to bring that out of the graveyard anyway. We just have another one, that's fine. We've got another one of these. They're going to keep pumping up the station. And last, land. Alright, we don't really have anything to put Angelic Destiny on just yet. It would be nice to get a demolition land. Maybe we're going to have to put 2 demolition lands in our decks from now on, as long as we're going to have these planets in the environment. This doesn't become a creature though, right? So it just helps them with mana generation. So maybe we'll still be okay with what we've got. Yeah. Nice. That was nice. We'll get rid of you now, because this matters how many creatures you have, so let's just get rid of the creatures. This is a sorcery, so that goes away. And now... oh, they're going to hate me so bad. I hope they don't scoop. I need some red, don't I? I can't really say thank you to that, can I? I gotta figure out a way... nice? It's not quite the same thing. I need a second red, don't I? Oh, we do have a way to get... see, this is the problem, is I have Rest in Peace whenever a card or a token goes into the graveyard, but this gives me some way to get stuff out of the graveyard. Let's see, I do have Haste. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, let's go for it. I've got Haste, Trample, Lifelink. I need Flying and Vigilance to make the achievement. Now, I've already made the achievement, I should say. This gives me Flying. I just need something to give me Vigilance. If I can move everything to Aurelia... let's see, Flying, Vigilance, Haste. I wouldn't have Lifelink, though, would I? I need to get this out to get the Lifelink. Ah! Ah! Gross. Okay. Gross again. They just got a second Gigantosaurus. They've got plenty of mana if they have a deal direct damage kind of spell. I'm glad I got the lifelink in. Okay, this is good. This is good, because this gives me vigilance. Okay, so I've got trample, lifelink, flying, vigilance. I don't have haste. I didn't expect them to be able to destroy my artifact. Look at that. You don't have another removal spell, do you? Because if so, this is going to hurt. I'm going to be on a short clock. Okay, down to 24. And they didn't have it. Alright. Well, we didn't earn the achievement this time, but we've already earned the achievement. So before I do the deck tech, let me take you through to where it is, and we will claim it. Alright. Core achievements. Advanced achievements. Keyword soup. Attack with a creature that has flying, vigilance, trample, lifelink, and haste. So we claim that now. Got the little keyword creature there. Soup creature. And now let's go into the deck and let me show you how we've constructed this. The funny thing is I made this deck and then I went to go play it again and it was gone. And I didn't have a deck list of it or anything, so I had to reconstruct it from scratch. But thankfully, my brain works in the same way. So even though I forget things, the pattern in which my brain thinks is very consistent. So I was just able to basically reconstruct the whole thing. So we're basically trying to build a Voltron character where everything comes together into one creature, and we give it all of the 5 necessary things that we have. Some of these creatures already have this stuff, right? Flying and lifelink, so we got 2 of the 5. Warden of the Inner Sky. When I get 3 counters on this, this will get flying and vigilance. Blacksmith's Talent. I can get a sword that gives +1/+1 by level 2. Once I spend 3 more mana, I can attach target equipment to one target creature I control at the beginning of combat on every turn. When I pay for 4, equipped creatures you control have double strike and haste. So this is one of the enchantments that I have that will affect my entire board and give me haste. Basilisk Collar, Death Touch, and Lifelink for equipped creatures. So I have various artifacts that will give me a piece of what I need, one of the mechanics. Tarian Soul Cleaver, equipped creature has vigilance, so we got haste, lifelink, and vigilance represented between enchantments and artifacts. Exercise for removal. Artifacts, enchantments, or creatures with power 4 or greater get exiled. 4 not on my watch for exiling my attackers. And if they have some graveyard reanimation, that's when I'll play exile in all graveyards. I was kind of hasty to do it this time just because I had spare mana and nothing else better to do. I've got Case of the Shattered Pact. I can go get an extra land. If I get 5 colors among the permanents I control, then it solves the case. Then at the beginning of combat on my turn each time, a target creature gets flying, double strike, and vigilance until end of turn. So that'll give me whatever I have, or whatever I need still. I'll have flying and vigilance every time. And once this case is solved, it stays solved as long as the enchantment isn't destroyed. I have 1 Leyline of the Guild Pack, so we can combine this with this. And when you do that, all of each non-land permanent you control is all colors, so it will automatically solve that case. The Swift Boot Boots you saw gives me hexproof and haste, so I have an enchantment and an artifact that will give me haste. Split Up a board wipe to destroy all tapped creatures or untapped creatures. Hopefully, if I have my vigilance creatures out, then I can just destroy all the untapped creatures. My upright vigilant creatures will be fine. Carsey Revenant's kind of fun, right? This is a 3/3 with flying, death touch, and lifelink. If they get rid of this, I can just pay the 3 and renew and put a flying, death touch, and lifelink counter on the target creature. So this will give me flying and lifelink, 2 of the 5 traits to anybody that I want to give it to. Kellen the Fey-Blooded, this is kind of the thing that put me over the top in terms of completing the deck. With Birthright Boon, the sorcery on the left, this part of the adventure you cast, you search your library for an aura or equipment card, reveal it, put it in your hand, then you shuffle the rest of your deck. So if I have 4 of the 5 pieces that I need, I just go search for whatever that I'm missing, and then I can do it. If I bring him down, he's 2/2 with double strike. Other creatures you control get +1 for each aura and equipment attached to Kellen. So I can throw everything on Kellen, right? And beef up all my other creatures. Garrick's Uprising. We don't really care about most of this. When the enchantment enters, if you control a creature with 4 or greater, you draw a card. Whenever a creature you control with power 4 or greater enters, draw a card. We can't achieve that with this deck, but the main reason it's in here is all creatures you control have trample. So between Blacksmith's Talent and Garrick's Uprising, if I can set up the board right, then everybody will have haste and everybody will have trample. Then I just need like Flying, Lifelink, and Vigilance, that type of thing. Frost Cliff Sea. This is from the Dragonstorm expansion. I'm only going to choose one thing here. Teamer. Creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste. Oh, I only have one of this right now. Otherwise, maybe I might have been tempted to replace the Garrick's Uprising and the Blacksmith's Talent and just have everything be trample and haste. But the double strike comes in handy, actually, if I get this going. And the +4 actually does give me card draw as well. So, you know, I've got a little bit of variety here between artifacts and enchantments. Hopefully the opponent can't destroy everything. For toughness and have vigilance. So all my creatures with the Talent, Uprising, and Armory, all 3 of these give blanket mechanic ability to everybody that I have as a creature. So that could be, I could satisfy haste, I could satisfy vigilance, I could satisfy trample. Then I just need something like a Healer's Hawk with flying or lifelink, or Carsey Revenant with flying and lifelink, that kind of things. I have a lot of flying with lifelinks kind of here. The other thing this can do, at the beginning of combat on your turn, you choose up to 1 target, mount, or vehicle you control. Until end of that turn, the permanent becomes saddled as if it's a mount, and becomes an artifact creature if it's a vehicle, so you don't have to tap any other creatures. You don't need to pay any extra mana cost. It just happens for one of them. I have that in here because I also have 1 copy of Valor's Flagship, legendary artifact vehicle, 7/7, and it has flying, first strike, and lifelink. So again, if I get the other 3, then this is good to go. I can also cycle this card and get some pilots, but I'm really looking to just put this down on the ground and use it. And too often, but I've already won games by having a Lacrian Armory and just being able to convert Valor's Flagship without crewing it at all, without tapping a power 3 creature. So that's come in handy. Angelic Destiny gives +4/+4 flying and first strike, makes everything an angel. When the enchanted creature dies, the card just returns to my hand. So if I'm missing everything but flying, I can just put flying on the next creature. Day of Judgment, my second board wipe along with Split Up. I have a third board wipe with Fumigate, destroy all creatures and gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. So let's add up my removal, right? We'll take that out. The exercises and the none on my watch and the 3 board wipes. So 9 pieces of removal, still kind of under the average. Minimum is really considered 8 these days. Okay, so Edge of Eternities. I'm getting Steadfast Second. He's a legendary creature. Kavu pilot with 3/5. Other creatures you control have haste. So if I can keep him alive, everybody else will have haste. Artifact cards and red creature cards in your hand have Warp 3. So that could be kind of interesting. If I'm missing the 1 final piece in my hand and this creature's out and it's not haste, say I have haste, right? Because I have another creature on the field that has haste. Say I have 3 of the other 4 that I need. Maybe I've got an artifact that I can't... no, you know, it's hard to think of that because most of my artifacts are cheap, so I could bring it down and I could probably still pay the equip cost. Except for, you know, this is an artifact. So maybe I could put this in for 3 if I have the armory down and just have it go zap in real quick. Yeah, I'd have to use it on something expensive to make it worthwhile. So, limited part of the warp thing, but it can still come in. It can still work. I can make it work. Elenda, Saint of Dusk. This has lifelink and hexproof from instance. It's a 4/4. The hexproof from instance is not as good as I thought it was. I have so many sorceries that end up killing Elenda, so many board wipes that come from nowhere all of a sudden. It always seems like my opponent has an answer for this. But if your life total is greater than your starting life total, she gets a +1/+1 and gains menace. And she gets an additional +5/+5 as long as your life total is at least 10 greater than your starting life total. And we do have a lot of lifelink in this deck, so there's a chance that that could happen. We have the Leyline of the Guild Pact, as I mentioned. If it starts in our opening hand, it just goes straight onto the battlefield. And then we don't have to worry about the 5 colors. Then every land is every basic color. Lyra Dawnbreaker, flying first strike and lifelink, 5/5. All other angels you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. So if I turn something else into an angel with Angelic Destiny, that's kind of the combination there that works really nice. We have Ezram, Agency Chief, legendary 5/5 with flying. When he enters, investigate twice. I can sacrifice these artifacts, and Ezram will gain my choice of Vigilance, Lifelink, or Hexproof. So maybe Hexproof to keep him alive, if in case they have instant removal. Or, you know, maybe I have everything. Maybe I have Haste and Trample, and that gives me flying, and I'm still missing Vigilance and Lifelink on one creature. I could get it here. Yuna, Hope of Spira. This is a Final Fantasy. Legendary again, 3/5. During your turn, Yuna and enchantment creatures you control have Trample, Lifelink, and Ward 2. I don't have much in the way of other enchantment creatures. That's not the way the deck was designed. I'm sure there are already plenty of decks that are designed specifically around Yuna. In this case, she's got 2 of the 5 that I need, so I'm looking mostly to get the other 3 attributes onto her. The Ward 2 should help her survive a little bit. At the beginning of your end step, you can target up to 1 enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. So if, say, we lost Angelic Destiny, for example, we could get it back and suddenly put it on her, 4/4 flying and first strike as well, right? So that would give me the 3rd one on her, and then I would just need Vigilance and Haste. Loot the Pathfinder already has Vigilance and Haste in and of himself. Also has Double Strike, which is kind of cool. And then we have all these other abilities for Exhaust he can do once each for the whole match. So he could add 3 mana of any one color at once. You could draw 3 cards another turn, and he can deal 3 damage to any target another turn. We have Galewind Moose. This is a flash creature, so I can play it on their turn. Vigilance, Reach, and Trample. It's a 6/6. So then I just need to make it a flying elemental elk and give it lifelink, right? And haste. Flying, lifelink, and haste that needs. Aurelia the War Leader already has flying, vigilance, and haste, so that's 3 of the 5. Whenever Aurelia attacks for the first time each turn, all your other creatures, as well as Aurelia, untap, and then you get a 2nd additional combat phase. So there we would just need to add the trample and the lifelink. There are other creatures that do have like maybe 3 attributes, 3 mechanics. I think there's a lot of stuff in green and red that have haste. So I don't think this is the only way to skin the cat, but this is the way I did it. So if you've been having trouble, a lot of the keyword soup stuff, you could go into Historic easy enough, and there's a lot of shortcut creatures that can kind of give you all the attributes. So there are easier ways to do this, I think, in Historic if you can survive long enough in Historic. But I considered it more of a challenge to do it in Standard, and so that's where I put this deck together, just to show with a limited amount of the current expansions we have, you can still get it done. And I would guess, I haven't done any searching on YouTube, but I would guess there's probably a good example if you want to do it in Historic with to make it something that's just easier. I bet you there's already an example there for you. Okay, I don't expect the Healer's Hawk to last long, but let's make them spend the removal. If they've got it, they usually don't want to let me gain life. I'd rather lose it to a 1 mana card than anything else. It's got reach, right? Do they want to use that against us? I bet you they would. Let's go ahead and do it. That's a fair trade, because this is going to keep hitting me for 1 every time they play a land. So that's a fair trade. We'll get rid of that now. The good thing is I'm getting plenty of lands. I do need them. That's a disgusting card. They get a 0/1 creature each time. Ugh. Alright, let's see. Hopefully they don't have a sorcery removal. If they just have instants, I should be okay. And that'll stop Queen Bran from attacking every time. Is it Bran or Brain? See, now look. See, they already got a way around it. See how easy that was for them to get rid of her? This does let me put down loot. I feel kind of bad because it's kind of naked out there. If they've got removal, they won't even bother to block. They'll just let it through for 4 points. So this may be another one where it dies. I don't really have anything to protect things just yet. Between black and red usually have something good each time. That won't stop loot though. Oh, this is kind of cool. Hexproof. Yeah, baby, double strike. What do we care? I think we're good. I don't think we want to do anything else just yet. We could have drawn 3 cards, I guess. Three. So maybe I can't attack just yet with him. Okay, I have what I need to bring this down. So what should I get? We got white, blue, red, green. I think I've got everything. So does it matter what I get? Let's go get a green. Okay, so we bring this puppy down now. And I think we're good. I think I could move that over. But why would I bother? I can give him hexproof for just 1. So can I do this on my opponent's turn? I think I can. So let's just wait and see what they do. Hopefully they're not doubling up on another corner by black mages, or I'll really be in trouble. Ugh! Okay, so what can I do here? I guess I can... No, I don't want to do that. Hang on. Draw 3 cards. Hang on a second. How come it's not letting me do that? Where's my blue? How did I lose all my blue? Get rid of you. Where's my red? What do I have left? I have everything except my blue and red? Are you kidding me? None of that helps me. I guess it did matter what color I had, right? Is there... Why does it keep offering me to do any of this when I can't really do much? I could do the green, right? That doesn't help me. That was a disaster. Let me draw a card. I don't think I have enough time for the rest of this. And I can't really protect that much because I need to be able to exile an attacking creature. They still have this again to copy for a 3rd time? Oh, they get to copy it twice. Ugh. I have not gone up against this card yet. Look at that. Yeah, they got everything they needed. Okay, so now all they need to kill me is a bunch of non-creature spells. Okay, I can bring this down, but I need the other piece. That's fine. It's the non-creature spells that'll kill me in a single turn. Not helpful. All this lifelink in my deck, and nothing's coming up. If you've got something you can play now, why don't they play it now? They can just kill me. What is going on? There's a piece to my Voltron. I kind of just need them to be drawing lands now, right? That's kind of a problem. Not instant death, but I need another creature to take care of Valor's flagship. What's left in their hand? That's my question. Are they just teasing me? Could they kill me any second? Are they is waste my time 02 wasting my time? They are. They could have. How long did they have that? Did they have that earlier? Yeah, so as I mentioned, hexproof from instance did me absolutely no good. And Arena made sure to put me up against somebody who would have absolutely no trouble against all of these massive creatures that I put out. Thank you, Arena. Make sure I don't get too big ahead. At least I demonstrated most of the deck in the first match, but as soon as Arena's fed up with you winning, they just go find your kryptonite. It's like, oh, you think you have a good deck? Let's show you how bad your deck really is. Yeah, now we get the board wipes. Where were you last match? This is their way of making it up to us. This is one, let's see, blah, blah, blah. So they can have 4 of those. They all count and pump each other up, right? Let's get our sword. They did give me a lot of lands here, didn't they? That's 6 lands and 3 spells. Oops, there goes my... It won't do me any good to pump this up. He can just get rid of that anytime they want. Maybe I do it anyway. Maybe I pump it up and force him. I'd rather get rid of this than get rid of everything else, right? I don't really have anything else to do right now. Problem is they know it. Okay, I got green, red, and blue, and white and black. That gives me double white and double blue, so I don't need to worry about that. So Fabled Passage can be any color that I feel like. They went for it instead of throwing damage at me. That's weird. They could have attacked first and then spent the mana to destroy it. So they just warped that in. I think warped is going to make things a little bit tougher for board wipes. Because there may be so much on the battlefield that you can't wait, but you know they can afford to bring in reinforcements via the exile area. Let's exile that. We're going to take some damage here, but I'm hoping they put down another creature. Even this one would be perfect. No, they get rid of my... Oh. That's alright. Planes are a creature. They chose the creature. 369, so I have to... Oh, did they warp that too? Alright. Fine, we'll just do this. Give me a couple of life points back. Let's go ahead and get... Let's get another planes. We got a sword if we can ever use it. They're not going to have removal, are they? I have hexproof, and I can afford the hexproof. I can also afford to do this. That's 2 board wipes. What did we get rid of? 5 creatures so far? Do we have to worry about anything going out of here? Sorcery and enchantment. Could we have got that back with Yuna? Okay, they get 2. Neither of them are as good as this. Oh, that's another warped one. I thought it was the same one, maybe. Okay, we get the 2 clues. We can give ourselves hexproof. I'm not going to waste this yet. I'm not going to spend this to equip. We can do all that next turn. 2, 4, 5, and we still have enough for hexproof. Except... no, we're still good because that's white, so we're still good there. I'm counting on the fact... okay, they're mostly tapped out, so we'll just exile you. Life is good. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, so we equip this. 1, 2, 1, so I can bring that down. Yeah, we can... let's do that. Perfect. I still have enough for not on my watch, and I don't need to worry about triggering the hexproof. Exile all creatures and spacecraft. Ouch! Well, I can draw a card now because I don't need to worry. The clues are only good to buff up Ezram. So the clues can go away without a second thought now. I don't want to use that on my own stuff, but that'll be power, let's see, on up to each of 2. They may try and, if they think I don't have any pressure here, no. I was thinking they might save that when they had a second creature put another counter on. I'm going through most of my... I'm burning through a lot of my removal. 2 board wipes. I do have 1 more. Oh, they've got Flying and Vigilance. Whether you gain or lose life? Interesting. Okay, we give you hexproof. We put the sword on you. It's a 2/2. It can't do any good. Let's see. Flying, lifelink, haste. We need Vigilance and Trample now. Never mind. We need Vigilance, Trample, and haste. You get exiled. Okay, we still get a chance to get some life back. Yay! We're not bringing anything back from the graveyards. If they were counting on anything, that's gone now. We're about equal on lands. That's going to be a 2/2. Oh, come on. They've got 1 more of those in the deck, right? No? Did they go through them all? 1. I only see 2 others there. Oh, come on, Arena! At this rate, I'll get them under 20 just when they kill me. What are they waiting for? There's all this dramatic pause. Whew, thank you. They don't even have a card. What are they holding up priority for? Because they can tap this and add mana? Is that it? This has flash, so we wait until they attack. Yeah, baby. I just needed the one thing. Alright, Vigilance, Trample. I need haste, don't I? Let's give Hexproof to the 6/6. Now, I could still be in trouble, right? This gives me haste. And since it has Vigilance, I can be Iron Man. It can be offense and defense. 8 points, and I go up to 10. Excellent. They can't even attack me because I got double strike. That can't even get through. What are they doing? Maybe they're gonna scoop after this. Now I'm risking this because they could have a board wipe again. But there's got to still be a way, if I can stop drawing lands, to get the rest of my Voltron pieces here. I mean, I can win, obviously. We're not here just to win. Okay. Vigilance. We already have Vigilance. Let's get rid of Starfield Shepherd. They have flying. End the turn. Okay, flying, vigilance, and lifelink. We need trample and haste. I can give it haste. Why are they... Nope, hang on. Why are they doing that when they know I'm not going to kill them? Okay, so they got the exile. I wonder if they have 4 of those. Now we know why they hung in. They knew they had the board wipes. This is good. Okay, so haste, vigilance. We need flying, lifelink, and trample. Flying and lifelink. All we're looking for is the trample. they had the third one. That's good. What does that do? 1/1 for each other creature. And we're flooding out with lands again? How many cards do they have? 24, and I have 24. Oh, not a flyer. I'm on a much shorter clock now. Okay, I still don't have trample. Okay, if they've got a 4th board wipe, do they have 4 Beyond the Quiet? We'll lose this one. What did we lose? The Vigilance. That's okay, because we still have Vigilance, so we're still good. I mean, we could have won this like 10 times over. The point isn't to win. You know we can win with the deck. Where's my trample? At this point, I've got to keep any remaining creatures in my hand to keep them safe from the board wipe. Others have haste. Okay. So we can get haste back if we don't have it, in case they destroy that artifact. I wonder if PupBear88 knows which achievement we're trying to demonstrate. I have the achievement, I just haven't shown you us doing the achievement with the deck. You know that I did it. That's 17 of my lands. Are they going to have my 2 Garrick's enchantments at the bottom of the deck? Get up to 19 already. Does it have vigilance? Yeah. It's just attack once. Put us at equal life. That seems fair. What happens if I don't kill you? Alright, if we get into trouble, we're still good. $16 cards left. I know this is going a long time. And that's going to give me life, and they're going to be destroyed. Okay, so flying lifelink, vigilance. I can give them haste with this. We're still just looking to do the trample. And they get exiled. Okay, that's their last board wipe. That's their last board wipe. Okay, so we... Oh. I guess we just keep that. What do you get rid of? I need to keep the armory. I really do. $13 cards. We use the board wipe? I think we use the board wipe. There we are. Okay, so they're gonna get rid of something. Get rid of my sword. They didn't do any... They could have, right? They could have done that, yeah? Okay. Vigilance and trample. We need flying, lifelink, and haste. That doesn't matter to us. We've got protection against that. They're actually... I wonder if we're going to mill them out before we get... Am I missing the pieces? Do I not have the pieces left? 9, 10, 11, 14, 15, 17, 20. 21. I've only got 3 more lands in there. Nope, sorry. Sorry, Pup Bear. We're not done with that just yet. Trample and haste. Okay, flying and lifelink is all that's left. I don't know that I have it. And the remaining 10 cards? Why do they do that? Are they just having fun? Maybe they're just learning how to play with the warp stuff. That's going to be hilarious to me. If I still don't get the achievement all piled onto one creature after going through the entire deck. Because of the way this worked out. They had a lot of stuff to get rid of artifacts. And enchantments. This is not... Okay. 4/6, 4/5. Maybe we make them get rid of the sword. Oh, interesting. I don't know that I would have done that. There we go. All right. Vigilance, Trample, Haste, Flying, Lifelink. We got them all. We did it, boys and girls. Even if we lost the match, wouldn't have mattered. We would have still earned the achievement right then and there. How's that for patience? Final score, -1 to 25. It would be nice to have a kind of counter on these advanced, on at least the advanced ones that we achieve. Sundial, Dawn Tyrant. Just so that we could go ahead and have a chance to show, you know, we did it once. Maybe there's like a speedometer, like a counter or something. Oh, you've done this particular achievement 9, 10, 11 times. If they want to upgrade things after this, you know, if they want to keep on going with the achievements. I've got like at least half a dozen other achievements they could add to this game easy, just off the top of my head. Yes, we'll put that out at the very beginning. Some of these I haven't seen before. Excalibur 2. Whenever you gain life, put a charge counter. Equipped creature gets +1/+1s for each charge counter. Okay. This deck is basically toast if you can destroy too many of the artifacts and too many of the enchantments. Side quest, catch a fish. Artifact or creature. Okay. And they get a food token. Okay. I don't think we're too concerned about that. Garrick Uprising, go ahead and giving us some nice benefit already with Alenda here. Now, see, here's a good one for me, right? Creatures you control gain flying and lifelink till end of turn. That would come in handy for me. I don't really need Death Touch on here, but I mean, I can. Death Touch, Menace, and Hexproof from Instance are all extra. If they want to do like a more advanced word soup, we can do that. Let's just exercise that. That would be fine. And I'm flooding out again. 7 lands and only 6 spells. And I have more mechanics than the ones I actually need. I have 3 I don't need, and I only have 2 that I do need. That's an artifact, not an instant, so yet another way they found around Alenda. Is that enough to save them? Why is everybody using the Thousand Moon Smithy against me? Let's just now let's see if they blah blah blah. At the beginning of your first main phase, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it doesn't even matter if I destroy that or not. But I don't want to be hit for 6. But they can still convert that this turn if they want. Turn into the land. Which means I'm going to need a whole bunch of board wipes after this. See, they're counting. Yep, got enough. You got just enough. +2/+2 for each artifact you control. Yeah. Yeah, that's a tough one. I need to put this down now because I need to put Death Touch on this. I can't afford Death Touch with it. Never mind. That has... Okay. So you know what? We just keep it there. If they're going to attack, they have to tap with it, right? $19. Oh, it has flying now? I can block it, but... $21. We're just going to let it go. We're just going to let it go. If I get a board wipe, I have to use it. If not, I could just be dead. Okay, so we have this, so I can block any flyers with Death Touch. We have this is our second blocker. And we put this down now. So we have hexproof on this one as well, so they can't remove it with an instant. So it can at least be a chump blocker against the other 11 points. This gives me one more turn. Oh no. Fly the flyers. So they got me. Their Voltron beat my Voltron way too quickly. I don't have reach. What are they waiting for? Like, they got me. What are you pausing for? $75-3. Let's see if I can come back from this. You're taking way too much time. Come on, let me see if my next one is what did you do? What did you do? Okay. So I have a blocker now. And I get a draw card. Slash of Light deals 6 damage equal to plus the number of equipment. Can I do anything here? Yes. I can sacrifice this I can give myself hexproof. But I don't have enough to switch the Death Touch over now. So when they come flying at me, I only have one flyer to block. Okay. Wait, did they just... They didn't bother flying. Chump block. Three, four. Can I really bring that out? 4, 5, 6. No, because I've got to give this the Death Touch. And I need 2 open for not on my watch. And I need 1 more just to give it hexproof. They top deck a mythic rare 9/9. They get rid of Basilisk. How is this allowed? Hang on. Pass to blockers. Chump block the 13. Give me life. Now I need one of the remaining board wipes. I can actually draw a card, right? So I get 2 chances here. It's a land. And a not on my watch. Alright, we're done. I could get rid of 1 more of those 3. They really did get a good draw. Like, did they really need the 9/9 Mythic Rare off the top of the deck? Really? Arena's getting a little desperate to make sure that I don't win. Notice how everything's done really good at destroying my artifacts, too. Which is not... I mean, I haven't focused on a lot of artifacts in most of the last 3-4 months. I've had just 1 or 2 artifact decks. And yet now, all of a sudden, everybody and their dog can get rid of all the artifacts they want to. That's kind of a problem that will take care of itself in 1 more turn, as long as they don't have a way to protect against it. And there's another one. Gross. Getting a nice combo already going. That hurt. They did tap out, thankfully. I think I'm stuck though, aren't I? 20. And just 10 for whenever you attack. We might be toast again. Didn't get the right color lands. Which can be a big problem in a 5-color deck. And they just got a replacement. Can't cast spells on their turns, so certain removal is now worthless against me. Or worthless against them. And their station thing is pumping up quite nicely. So basically need a board wipe already? But I need a specific board wipe. One of mine won't work. Oh, no, wait. Okay, they tapped everything. Never mind, it's just a land. It's a tap land. We can't do anything against that. Our opponent did not miss a single land drop. But to be fair, we are playing a very... We're playing with one hand tied behind our back with the way that we did this. Very minimal removal. And it's always... I think that's part of why I like the Voltron decks, why I like piecing together. Part of it is it reminds me of the D&D campaigns where you start with a character and you just build them up until they become uber, so that's always fun to do. But it can also be a bit of an extra challenge. And since I started playing this game almost when it first came out, I've done all the simple stuff, so yeah, we don't mind a challenge. This is a fun card with these type of things that they have now. So it keeps it around for longer. See, I already have white, right? I think we need to get rid of Garnet. But I think we need something like this soon. Did they have enough cheap spells? Opponent did not miss a land drop? Darn near emptied their hand already. We've got uncastable spells in our hand still. Thank you, Arena, for dealing them exactly what they need. And we get one creature. We might manage to survive this hand. Let's see. Did not miss a land drop. And they get to take away... Oh, it's been a while since I saw Princess take flight. I don't have the ward 2 except during my turn. Perfect draw. Land draw every time. Had exactly the spells they needed. We did not have even enough land to cast a spell. Not nearly enough time to do anything right. And we don't have a lot of creatures either, so why are they putting me up against swarm decks? I think we're below our 50% ratio for wins. This might be good if we can get one creature soon. Okay. Arena's apologizing. They're going to make sure that I can... Hello? Hang on, we froze for some reason. There we go. Put down the boots. It's a slime deck. What's my enchantment that exiles everything? Number of cards you own in exile. We might be having trouble here. Doubling season? Nope. We might have a chance here, at least to win. I don't know about getting everything that we need. Flying and we'll solve. We will get this. So, does that have reach? No. Okay, so flying, vigilance, and haste. Let's put this down first. I know I could have attacked first, but I'm still kind of trying to see if I can not just win. Flying haste, lifelink. I need vigilance and trample now. Target and equipment you control. Yeah, but we don't need to do that. Come on. We don't necessarily need to do everything all the time with this deck. It is sometimes kind of cool just to show it can win. And I think it might be advantageous for us to do that now, because these guys can swing in. They'd be willing to do the trade, right? They're not willing to lose Needletooth Pack yet. That's fine. I think we just win. We have to target an equipment real quick. Submit 0, though, because we're not moving it. There's only one choice for the case. So, flying and double strike. Final score. -4 to 40. The trample's a little bit tougher. But even if I did not have the keyword soup achievement to accomplish, eventually I make these type of decks anyway. Even if it's during June or July when I start to do my Evergreen month stuff, when I talk about mechanics there, I'm always looking for the card that allows you to maximize the number of mechanics, especially the Evergreen ones, all on one creature. It's an annual event for me, no matter what. So it might be fun. I might go through and make a different deck that can do either something similar or maybe identical thing, just using different creatures. Let's see. We got blue and green. We can afford to wait for the exercise. And now we got a nice little board wipe whenever we want. Are they getting land starved? That's not going to be very fun. Oh no, they got it. Okay. I am sliding out here. 6 lands, 5 spells. Do they have a trick with this land? There's no lifelink there. What's that? Put X comment where X is this creature's power. This is an overpowered card. It is mythic rare. I'm going to take the damage because they are tapped out, right? Get 3 life back. Go get a swamp. So we can have a chance of getting our Carsey Revenant down at some point. Aren't you cute? Aha! We have trample. I'm gonna be greedy. That's a sorcery, so that won't help me, but I do have an on my watch in case I really need to do something. I'm just expecting one more creature, and then I can do a Day of Judgment. Then it doesn't matter what dies. Uh-oh. Ouch. That'll be 8. It's fine. They got a third color in here, too. And this is an artifact, not a land, so demolition, my demolition land won't do anything against this. Why are they looking at my enchantments and artifacts? Can they get rid of something? Don't get rid of my stuff. I got Vigilance, Trample, and Haste. All I need is Flying and Lifelink right here. I just need 1 black mana, and I can get the achievement. Are they going to take away my stuff? If they get rid of the armory, that is disgusting. 2, 4, 6. Okay, so we pass. I can bring this in on their turn. This might be removal, so I kind of need more land, actually. Because I need to be able to equip this. If they have an instant, I'm in trouble. Aha. I can't get rid of anything, though, so that does not help. So I can't use that to fix my mana and get my swamp like I wanted. Counter and draw a card. Okay. They still keep in their... Oh, another swamp. See, they could have removal again. Let's try it. Let's risk it. I get a card draw out of that, right? They didn't have removal. Bam! What do they need? They need 8 for that? I might have time. I still have exercise. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they can go digging through their deck for whatever big creatures they have now. Create a pilot. Interesting. Say goodbye. Sucker. Okay, so I think what the key is, we're not going to get the lifelink. We're just going to attack. They had me down to 4 life. But I just wanted to demonstrate 2 things. I wanted to demonstrate you can get the achievement with it, so I wanted to make sure that we qualified, that we met all the qualifications for the achievement. And I want to show you that you don't need to get the achievement. It's just a good deck. You can just have fun with it. Where are you? Keyword soup. And I don't know that we got everybody. The Healer's Hawk was not out that often. But I think all of these artifacts basically made an appearance. Rest in Peace was kind of shy after that first time. But I think we at least saw all of these already, right? Yeah. I think we got every card. Yeah, I think everything at least made it into my hand for you to see, if not onto the battlefield necessarily every time. So, good demonstration of the deck. Let me know if you guys have, if one of you has done the achievement. Don't be afraid to post your deck list in the comments, and especially if it was a really fun deck. Say, hey, you can also get it this way. There are a lot of other cards that have multiple mechanics on them. You know, things like loot where you've got, I'm sure there's other stuff that has haste and double strike and stuff like that. We don't need the double strike for the achievement, but I'm just saying there's lots of other creatures, especially legendary creatures, that have 2-3 mechanics. So, as I said, there's more than one way to skin the cat. But this was the way that my brain worked, and it's working pretty nicely, actually. I don't really have any complaints. But as always, let me know what you think. Like and subscribe, and we'll do something different for you next time. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.